Robbyn Bennett, and I'm looking for a filmmaker to help me create a documentary about the practice of spanking children that shows firsthand how we justify violence in the name of discipline. I want this film to help us understand the child's point of view and to answer the question, what kind of human beings do we think children are that allows us to exclude them from protection under the law of their basic human rights, namely the right to be free of interpersonal violence. When I was 5 years old, I remember my grandmother chasing me around the house, spanking me. In that moment, I hated her with every fiber of my body. I was yelling at her, "This is child abuse." I don't really know where I got the idea that it was child abuse, but I do remember that the assault on my body seemed horribly unfair and unbearable. I loved my grandmother. She was my everything. And my grandmother truly loved me. She spanked me because she thought it was the right thing to do. But even when I was just 5 years old, I knew that my grandmother was wrong. I knew in my bones that hitting children is dehumanizing. And I think as adults, many of us forget how we really felt when we were small and being spanked. Maybe it's because it's too hard to feel hatred toward the people that we really truly love and depend on. But I think we must remember how it felt, so that we're no longer willing to use fear and pain as a way to teach our children right from wrong. A civilized country should never hit children. Did you know that spanking children is strongly linked to increased aggression, lower IQ, ongoing behavioral problems? A recent study by Tulane University School of Public Health suggests that even minor forms of swatting and smacking toddlers when they're 3 years old results in increased aggression by the time they're 5. There's 25 countries that have already banned spanking in the home, beginning with Sweden in 1979. It's been done. The American Psychological Association and the American Academy of Pediatrics reject spanking as a form of discipline. Human rights organizations consider corporal punishment a fundamental breach of respect for a child's dignity. "25 countries, including Sweden, Germany, and New Zealand, have banned spanking in the home, yet efforts to ban it in the United States have failed in Wisconsin, Massachusetts, and even more recently in California. In fact, 20 southern states still allow children to be paddled in school. If researchers, child development experts, and children rights advocates and 25 nations have agreed spanking is damaging to children, why are we still spanking them? 65% of parents in the U.S. still approve of corporal punishment for children. We still spank our children because punishing violent forms of discipline are deeply embedded in the American psyche. Parents spank their children because they think it's the right thing to do, often as a last resort. They run out of effective alternatives. Research alone will not change their minds. It is a watershed moment when a family decides to stop spanking. The decision can be enormously difficult because it's painful to acknowledge, I was wrong to spank my child. My parents were wrong, my grandparents were wrong. 100 years ago, it was radical to ban hitting your wife. Today, for some, it may seem radical to ban hitting children. I have a dream that the United States of America will protect her children from violence in the home, and in turn will become a less aggressive, less impulsive, more emotionally capable society. I am a psychotherapist and a child mental health specialist. I have been the clinical director of a psychiatric hospital and also a residential treatment center for mentally ill children. I work with families and child protective services, and I've been in private practice for 12 years. I am a mother and a stepmom, and I'm also a grandma. If you are a filmmaker and are interested in learning more about this project, please do call me, and thank you so much for your time.